Hello, this is Daniel Sable. This is my second video recording or training for IT 662 Web and Internet Security with Dr. Hayes. So I'd like to begin by noting or stating that I was actually supposed to do a different piece of software and I was unable to get access. The company wouldn't allow me access, so I decided to go with Nmap. Um, Network Map, Nmap, basically is a network scanning and host detection tool that's very useful during several steps of the penetration and testing. Um, Nmap is not limited to merely gathering information and enumeration, but basically it's used as a vulnerability detector and or a security scanner. So with that being said, some of the things it could do is detect live hosts on a network, detect open ports on a host, detect type of software and the version um, to the respective port, but this is limited sometimes. Also, um, detect the operating system. Again, this is limited sometimes. And detect vulnerability and security holes. So that helps with um, the way we kind of go about protecting our ports and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to um, talk a little bit about, and I'll do very quickly because the tool is relatively easy to use, the different types of scans that it does. So the first is a TCP SYN scan or sync scan. And basically that scan is a um, general scan um, without the complete TCP handshake process. So it's an easy scan, doesn't need the complete handshake in order to get the information it's looking for. The TCP Connect scan is the default scan for Zenmap. A UDP scan is used to find UDP packets, obviously. Um, the fin scan helps with firewall scans. Firewall scans can be difficult. A fin scan sends packets only set with a fin flag, so it is not required to compare TCP handshakes. So again, that's the big thing here is the handshake. Then we have the ping scan, which is only used to find out whether basically a host is open or alive. Um, we have version detection, which finds out what type of software that you're using. And then we have idle scan, which is actually very cool, which is a system that sends packets um, that are not from your real IP address. It sends packets from a different IP address. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you how Nmap works and what it does. Nmap has a few tools up here: scan and new window, open scan in this window, save scan. It allows you to save stuff, tools, compare, search, filter hosts, new profile. It's kind of it's pretty simple. And basically all we're going to do is just put in any type of URL, because if we were running a company and we were trying to see if our ports were weak and they were open, we would put our own IP address in and it would run and we would find that information. So I'm just going to try one. I'll just put chase.com. Okay. And you see over here, you can select what type of scan you want. As I spoke about before, you've got the UDP scan, the TCP ports, the intense scan without a ping, the ping scan, a quick scan plus, a quick trace route, a regular scan, and a slow comprehensive scan. I think for this particular video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, um, let's see here, I'll do the intense scan um, with TCP ports. And if you look over here, the command, you can actually write out your own commands with Zenmap, but the profile actually writes the command in for you to tell the Mmap what exactly it wants you to do, or what you want it to do. I'm going to hit the scan button, and we're just going to let it run for a minute or two, and we're going to see what comes up. So it found two open ports, port 80 and port 443, and it looks like on the IP address 159.53.85.137, we have 65,535 ports. So that's a lot of different terminals, so to speak. Although Chase is a very large bank. So we'll just kind of let it do its job, and we'll sit here and wait, and we'll let it do its work. Okay, well, the results are done, and as you can see, we do retrieve a lot of data back. You can see over here that port 80 is open, and it's named Big IP Load Balancer. So it actually has, they have a load balancer running, so when they get super busy, then it's able to direct requests in the appropriate way. And then they have 443 is open, and then it has a bunch of different information about 443. And if we scroll down a bit more, we'll start seeing some of the other information that it provides. So we have 93 disallowed entries, and we have 15 here shown. So these were the different entries we tried, and they just wouldn't let us in, which is not not uncommon. You can see here that the issuer of their certificates are L1M organization Entrust Inc. So they have good certificates. Their SHA is here. Okay. And we have a number of different items that came back. And we have a warning. So OS scan results may be unreliable. Okay, OS fingerprint is missing a closed TCP port. And it had 14 hops. And it tells you here some of the hops that it had to take, meaning how many different devices that it had to go through in order to get to the point of their particular host. I'm just going to click over here. You can see we scanned two ports, and they're both open. And this is nice. This is going to show you the topology of the actual um, of each hop that it made, um, all the way down to the us where we're starting out to Chase, which is here's their IP address. Um, so I'm going to host details, and it says it's up and running, 2 ports. They have 65,553 filtered ports. It scanned 65,535. Uptime was not available. Last boot was not available. Their IPv4 is available, but not their 6. Let's take a look at some comments. There aren't any. And the thing I did not see was the type of operating system that they're running on. And again, it's a bank and it's a very secure bank. And I'm assuming that they purposely don't want people to be able to find out what's going on. The 2 ports that are open, one would have to say, are for those that are logging in to their account and those that are transferring information back and forth between their browser and their account. Because I don't think that Chase would have any other type of ports open. Anyhow, this was my video on Zenmap. Hopefully you were able to enjoy it and you were able to learn something from it. This is a really great tool. Again, another great one to have in your lineup of, or your arsenal, so to speak. And it'll tell you, obviously, on your own network, all the things you want to know without having any trouble. Because it's your network and you'll be able to allow it to do its scanning and so forth. Whereas when I did Chase, you could say I have some 403 forbiddens and so forth that wouldn't allow me to go in. And you basically want to be able to be sure that everything that you're working with or everything you're dealing with on your network is locked and nobody can push through the ports, because that seems to be the way some hacking is happening today. Thanks. Have a great day. Enjoy.